right. Let's see. Doesn't say anybody's watching right now, but if you're watching from home, just so you know, you can. The only thing you'll really need today is a towel for your knees. If you have sensitive knees, you can go ahead and just grab that because there not might be a lot of poses where we're just putting pressure on the knees. So, but today's practice will be a lot shorter. We're going to do a lot of chest expansions. Trying to think what else. Yeah, just going to be doing a lot of chest expansions today, and it'll probably be a lot shorter than the usual class. Going to do half hour. Just got a really busy day today, but I'll try and make it up to you guys on the last practice. I'll do like an hour and a half or something. So, yeah, we'll get go ahead and grab yourself a thing of water, and we'll get started in about 7 minutes here. Cool. All right. Okay, if you're just joining in, just feel free to grab like a towel for the knees. We might be doing practices that are a little put a little pressure on the knees, but we'll mostly be doing chest expansions today. However, the practice will be also a lot shorter than the usual practice by about half the time. So we're only going to do about a half hour class today. But if you've been consistent in watching these, I'll try and make it up to you either in the next class or last class. I'll prepare like an hour and a half or something like that. But today should just be a short half an hour just because I have other scheduling conflicts. But we'll still get a nice Nice stretch in. Any practice is better than no practice. So we'll probably started seated on our mats today. So just go ahead and grab water and make yourself comfortable. I'm just gonna wait 3 more minutes and then we'll start right on time today. See if anyone else joins in. If you're interested, I did post a Spotify link to a playlist that I made today. I've been making some Spotify playlist, um, which is free with ads, I think. But if you have Spotify, then you know how to use it. But otherwise, you can also just take the music and build a playlist yourself. I don't mind if you copy it at all. If you use Apple or something different, feel free to do that instead. Let's see. Also, if you can't hear me, just say something into the chat bar, or if there's any stretch that you're looking to do today, pose specifically that you want to take, just feel free to post it in the chat bar, and I'll try and keep an eye on it from here. Yeah. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. It's really nice out. Not too much humidity where I'm at, so it's a really great day to be outside. Or great time to be taking a break because it is hot out. Okay, it's 1:29 on my clock here. Wait 1 more minute before we get started. If you want to meet in a seated position, cross the legs, place the hands over the knees or the thighs, and just kind of close your eyes or have them in a soft gaze, and we'll kind of just start by a meditation or a breathing technique today. Just find your breath, taking that time to just relax, forget about everything that was before this. Whatever's coming up next can wait. Right now, let's just take this time to ourselves. Give us that, 30 minutes just to stretch, relax, and breathe. I think the whole world needs that right now. All right, it's 1:30, so let's get started. Go ahead and if you haven't already, cross your legs. Let the hands rest over the legs somewhere, maybe the knees. You can keep them, your fists closed, maybe your eyes closed or a soft gaze. We're just going to take a deep breath in of equal part breathing together. Equal part breathing is just the same amount of time inhaling, same amount of time exhaling. And I'll lead us through it now. So go ahead and inhale. Keep inhaling. 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Keep doing that for 2 more rounds. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep doing that at your own pace. Just let the mind focus on the breath. Feel the belly rise on the inhale. Feel it deflatuate. You exhale. Sinking back. Inhaling. Exhaling. You can just let your breath return to its normal rhythm here. Just taking that time to listen to the breath and focus to your body. Relax. And then we're going to move to the position where we're kind of just half standing on our knees here. Let's go ahead and swing the legs over to one side. And if you have sensitive knees, feel free to set that towel down. We'll kind of just stand up on our knees here. Let the hands rest by the side. We're actually going to let them move to the back here and interlace the fingers. Then pull the shoulders together so that you're squeezing a pencil between them. That's what it should feel like. And then pull the hands kind of down, and you'll get that nice stretch in the chest and the shoulders. Don't forget to breathe. And exhale. Let it out. Kind of go ahead and rotate the shoulders here. Maybe give the right shoulder 2 rotations forward and 2 rotations back. Just good to kind of give them some movement. Same with the left side. Once you've gotten an even amount of rotations, maybe 2 on this side, and then 2 going the opposite way. And just if there's anybody new to the class at any point in the practice today that you want to take child's pose, please do. It's just a resting pose. If this gets too difficult for you, so it's just hands stretched out wide, forehead meets the mat, your glutes rest on top of your legs, your knees on the edges of the mat. Feel free to take that at any time that you're kind of tired out, or it just the practice becomes too much for you. It's your body, your practice, so listen to it. So we'll go ahead and move on to some cat-cow if we want to meet on all fours here. So shoulders stacked over wrist. Make sure the hands are parallel with your knees, toes pointed outwards towards the end of the mat. So you're going to breathe in, gaze shifts forward. This is cow. Let the belly hang. And then exhale, curve the spine. Kind of like you're a cat spooked by a door being slammed. Pull that stomach in. And then back to the inhale. Move with the breath. Exhale, back to the cat. Round the spine. You really just want to take a slow approach to this because this is just a good back stretch here. At least I really like to think so. Let that spine unfurl. And if you want, we'll do a little bit of spinal balance here. It's one of my favorite stretches. So on your inhale, lift that left hand forward like you're going to shake somebody's hand. And if you have the balance, bring that right foot up to the sky with the left hand on the inhale. And then exhale, bring it into the center and down to the mat. We'll do the other side. Inhale up. And if you can't do this, it's okay to keep doing cat-cow. Exhale to the center and down to the mat. One more, both sides. Inhale up, left side, right foot, toes pointed towards the mat. Exhale, hold it in and down to the mat. Inhale, right side goes up, left foot. Exhale, pull it in and down to the mat. Stretch out the arms a little bit wider here. Plant your hands on the ground, fingers spread wide. We'll move into downward facing dog. So your feet go to the back of the mat. Raise the hips up to the sky and push out through your heels. Get the best downward dog there. And so this is the first downward facing dog of the day, so feel free to walk the legs, walk the dog, whatever you call it. Just get that movement in your body. Maybe shift side to side. Just looking for a good stretch here. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, walk the feet forward between the hands, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, halfway lift. Back straightens out. And exhale, let it all out. Back to our forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, swan dive back down to our mat. Sorry if you can't see me, I'm a little tall. We're going to move through our sun salutations here. So take a breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down on the mat. Downward facing dog. Exhale, hips shift back in place. Then we'll go to our plank. Inhale, shift forward, shoulders stacked over wrist, kind of like a push-up. Exhale, lower yourself down slowly till the belly meets the mat. Inhale, lift up into our Cobra. Chest goes up, gaze shifts forward, hands support the body, and then exhale, let the toes meet the mat again, and bring those hips back up. Push out through the heels. Take a deep breath here, and exhale, walk the feet forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Deep breath here. Exhale it all through the mouth. Deep exhale there. Inhale one more time. Reach the hands up overhead. Sorry if you can't see me. I am 6'6", so camera can't capture everything. Exhale. Let the arms glide back down. Forward fold. Plant the hands on the mat. Move the feet back. Downward facing dog. Inhale into our plank. Exhale, lower down slowly, slowly. We want it controlled here. And then inhale, come back up for our Cobra. And then exhale, you can come into downward facing dog or child's pose, whatever feels good for you. Yoga is meant to be relaxing and still getting a soft workout. Just staying active. It's plenty good enough. When you're ready, come up into our downward facing dog. And we're going to move into just a little rotations of side plank here, and then a pose called Wild Thing, which I will show you. It's not too wild, but we'll go through it slowly. So for plank here, on our inhale, we're going to kind of shift, come into a high plank first. So inhale, moving forward, and then we're going to turn to our side on the exhale, kind of using that foot as a kickstand and letting that left hand go, supporting our body with the right arm, lifting up with our abdomen, and just using that right leg as a kickstand here. Just breathe in, hold this pose, and then exhale, come back down to the mat. And feel free to move through a vinyasa flow here or take a child's pose. Vinyasa flow or chaturanga, it's just exhaling in that plank and coming up through that Cobra on your inhale and coming back to your downward facing dog or child's pose. And then we'll move to the other side. Go ahead and inhale, coming into our high plank. Exhale to the left hand this time. Let that right hand come up. Your gaze can even shift to the thumb of the hand that's in the air if that feels comfortable. Also, feel free to take, if this is too much for you, take that right foot and kind of place it behind and use it if you need a further spread of your legs to help support you. And that's kind of how we're going to go into our Wild Thing. So when you're ready, come back to your high plank or child's pose. And then I'm going to kind of guide you through how to do the Wild Thing pose. So we're going to do those planks one more time. So let's meet in our downward facing dog. Inhale, come to our plank. Exhale, come to the side plank on the right side. Left hand comes up. And then we're going to take that left foot, that free foot, and we're going to place it down. You can bend the knee kind of where your hips are at, and then get a chest. You remember how we put our hands intertwined behind us at the beginning? we kind of want that same feeling. So let that left hand come out and reach towards the wall, using your left leg to support you. You'll kind of get that chest expansion if you're getting that squeeze between your shoulders. And then exhale, bring it all back. We'll come into a child's pose and rest here. We kind of held that for a little long. I know we probably have some new people in the class today, so I don't want to make it too tough. But once again, just do whatever your practice allows you to do. Just take a moment to breathe here. Maybe drink some water. It's really hot. And then when you're ready, we'll come back into our downward facing dog. And on the inhale, move into the high plank. Exhale, we'll go to the left side this time. Right hand goes up to the sky. Take the right foot, bend the knee, place it down just parallel with the hips, and then right hand reaches out. Let the head hang loose here. It's probably best. And then bring it all back. And we'll come into a child's pose here. So I can get a drink of water. Okay. Let's come up into our downward dog one more time. Go ahead and inhale, raise the right foot to the sky, three-legged down dog. And then we'll come into a high lunge. So exhale, let that right foot come down between the hands. And then we are going to lift up off the ground with our hands, finding our balance here. And then what we're going to do is another chest expansion, but just in this high lunge. So bring those hands, interweave them behind your back, and kind of pull together, getting that nice stretch. And you can kind of lower the hips here maybe, and get a deeper stretch there. Leaning back, just getting a nice lower back stretch too in the middle of that chest expansion. And then take a deep breath in. Exhale, swing the arms down, hands, palms plant on the mat, and then we'll move that right foot back to our downward facing dog. Then we'll go to another three-legged down dog, so left foot goes up this time. Switching sides, exhale, plant that foot between the hands, bring it on up on the inhale, and then chest expansion on the exhale. And just kind of hold it here for a second. And exhale, swing the arms, plant the palms down on the ground. And then we'll bring that left foot back and we'll come back down onto our hands and knees. So like I said, today's practice is going to be just a little bit shorter than usual. So we're going to kind of move into more of the slower pace restorative poses now for the rest of the class. So we'll kind of actually do camel here. So with those of you not familiar with camel, start on the knees in a standing kind of position here. And then bring the hands back, kind of like we do with our chest expansion. And if you can, if your body allows it, because this is a pretty difficult pose, kind of lean back slowly and grab a hold of your ankles, letting that chest rise up towards the sky. If that is too difficult for you, no worries. Just go ahead and continue with that chest expansion exercise. As long as you're benefiting from the practice, it is no problem at all. And then when you're ready, we'll go and exhale. Plant the palms back down on the mat. And then we're going to go ahead and fully lower down our bellies to the mat so that we're laying down. And you can rest your head on your left or right side. Doesn't really matter. Let the hands rest beside the waist. And just kind of listen to your body here, breathing. And go ahead and switch sides of your head. So if you're looking on the right side, switch. If you're on the left, go ahead and switch. We're gonna do some wide-reaching cobras here, and then we'll move into a locust. But first, bring your hands around so that your palms are kind of at the end of your mat, and then go ahead and push yourself up off the ground and bring those forearms in front of you so that your shoulders are just stacked above the elbows, and that'll bring us to a Sphinx pose. So our chest is lifted, our shoulders are pretty square, stacked over the elbows. Just kind of getting a nice lower back stretch, small bit of chest expansion. Just kind of like the Egyptian Sphinx. Take a deep breath in together here. And exhale, slowly lower down. Let the arms come out wide. And place your fingers stretched out wide, just outside the ends of your mat. So kind of like a claw. I know it's kind of hard to see, but like kind of like a claw just outside your mat or whatever you're practicing with. And we're going to push off with our claw hands coming back into our cobra. It can be a baby cobra or a full cobra, whatever is most comfortable for your body. So if it looks like this, those are both fine, just as long as you're getting the exercise. So come up on the inhale and lower down on the exhale. Just do a few of those in your own pace. I'd say about 4 or 5 would be great. So just slowly inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. The more you can lift with your abdomen, the deeper stretch you'll get. It's completely fine. Just use your fingers and your arms to lift yourself up. And then when you're ready, go ahead on the next exhale. Just lower the hands down to the sides by your hips. We're going to take a locust pose here. So take a deep breath in. Let it all out. Exhale through the nostrils of the mouth. So in locust, we're taking the same position on our stomach or abdomen here, and then we're going to lift all 4 limbs on the exhale. So take another deep breath in, inhale, and then lift, exhale up. And just hold this position, don't forget to breathe. Hold it for as long as you can. And then just gracefully lower yourself back down to the mat when you're ready. And then just take another soft breath in here. On your exhale, go ahead and roll over onto your backs. We'll move into a bridge pose here. So for bridge pose, just bring the knees in, feet not too far apart on the mat, and keep your hands down by the hips. And then what we're going to do is on our inhale, we'll raise the pelvis up into the air and get a nice lower back body stretch. So inhale, rise up. And if you like, you can even grasp the hands underneath the back for a deeper stretch. Lifting up with the abdomen. You should really feel it in the lower back here. Good stretch if you've been sitting at a computer desk all day. And exhale, lower back down. We'll do one more of those, and maybe actually we'll do two more of those. Do one more together, and then on the last one, I'm going to show you how to do the wheel. And if you don't feel like you can do that, just do another bridge pose. So let's do one more together here. Inhale, lift up, hips raise up, pointed towards the sky. Hands come together underneath, if your practice allows it. And then lower down softly. So for those of you that would like to try wheel, I'll show it to you, and then you can do one more on your own or just continue doing bridge. What you want to do is take the palms of your hands, place them just beside the head, above the shoulders, with your fingers pointed in towards the shoulders. And like bridge pose, you're going to lift off with your hips, and you may want to bring your feet out just a little bit wider here, just because you'll be using up a little bit more space. So palms planted flat, fingers pointed towards the shoulders. Be very careful with this one. If it doesn't look like you can do it, then I recommend not trying it. It is kind of a more advanced pose. Inhale, lift up off the ground, hips, let the head hang. And then lower down softly. So go ahead, if you haven't already, feel free to try that. Or do another bridge pose. And then we'll do some balancing. And we'll probably call it a practice. Won't be doing a Shavasana today just because the practice is so short. But when you're ready, go ahead and come up into a mountain or standing pose. And we'll finish the day off with some balancing. Once again, sorry that my head's cut off. I am very tall. All right, so we'll just do some simple tree pose today. So find balance on your right foot here. Just kind of slowly start to lift that left foot off. Maybe use it as a kickstand against the ankle. And then when you're ready, bring it up to the calf or the thigh. Just don't have it locked over the knee. Whatever feels more comfortable, whatever feels more balanced for you. I typically like the calf. And then go ahead and inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, bring it down to the heart center. And just hold your balance here. It's okay to give your foot a little help if you need it to get to the thigh. Taking a breath in here. Remember, balancing is a bunch of micro movements. It's not just about trying to stay perfectly still, just constantly making a lot of micro adjustments. And if you can, go ahead and exhale and let your branches come out. Let the arms stretch out overhead, kind of like this, but higher. And then exhale, slowly lower it all down. And then just kind of walk it out. And then we'll find the balance on our left foot. Just get comfortable there. Maybe use the foot as a kickstand at first until you can make your way up. Inhale, bringing the hands above the head. And exhaling, making hands meet over heart center. Focusing on the breath here. Got a lovely tree today. Maybe extending your branches out. And then when you're ready, softly exhale and gracefully come down. And that'll probably do it for today's practice. Thank you so much for showing up. Sorry it had to be so short, just got a busy schedule today. But as always, the light in me honors the light in each and all of you. Namaste. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much. Holy cow, 18, that's a lot.